morning, everyone. It's going to be a great Thursday today. One of the reasons is we have Matt Kirkwood sitting in today. It's nice to see you. It's always a pleasure.
Well, thanks. It's always a pleasure to be on here.
Yeah, we like to get the guy's perspective here. And then with Terry here, all you get is the woman's perspective, like it or not. It's a good one to have. But
Inject a little testosterone in this show.
Yeah, you know, you were recently doing the grass drag racing with our photographer, Amanda.
Got my butt whipped.
I've got to say, butt whipped, but I got to say, congratulations for getting out there and doing it. I did it last year. It was really scary.
You did. And I think you probably would have beat me, too. I'm telling you, it's power to weight, Rachel.
Oh, yeah. I think it depends on how hard you push that gas, too.
Okay.
That's part of the factor.
Next year, I'll take you on.
All right. You got it. I will got it. Okay. I wanted to, you know, being in the spirit that you've tried a lot of great things for 8 West, I wanted to share something with you and our viewers, because a couple days ago, Michelle Fife, the owner of Save a Yoga in East Grand Rapids, was on the show, and I know that she had actually got you on board to try something, the neti pot. Don't know if you've tried that. That's something that I've always wanted to do. So when I saw you do it on 8 West, I thought that was really cool. Can you explain a little bit for those that might have not seen that?
Well, I have allergies, sinus problems, and she introduced the neti pot, which well, if you've never seen it before, you basically fill a little...
Looks like a teapot.
Yeah, a little teapot full of water and salt. Not table salt, but I don't know.
Certain salt.
Yeah, certain salt. And it looks ridiculous, but it actually is quite effective. You lean over and you pour it in one nostril and it comes out the other nostril.
Yeah, it goes right through the
basically just clears you right out. And I did feel a lot better after that. And that was just once.
I want to try that.
Yeah.
Because actually, with the weather changing, I've had some real problems with my allergies. And it just hits kind of like
yeah, this is the time of year.
Spring.
Allergies, big problem, spring.
Well, okay, so I've tried a lot of things that Michelle has recommended, and this is one of them. She has tongue scraper.
Yeah.
She's been talking about this for a while. She actually brought one in studio, so I said, can I buy that one? She's like, sure, because it was brand new.
Right.
And so for the past 2 days, I've been using this. It's a tongue scraper, tongue cleaner, and this one happens to be metal, but they come in plastic as well. And so what you do is you kind of go like this. You open your mouth, and then you take it, and then you scrape your tongue.
Well, show us.
And so, honestly, it's amazing. I guess they've been doing this for hundreds of years in India and China for good oral hygiene.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing. I feel like my breath is fresher because a lot of the bacteria, I guess, that leads to bad breath and halitosis is on your tongue.
Yeah, well,
and
you've gone to the dentist, and they always say brush your tongue as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure combining that.
I had asked her about that. I said, I already brushed my tongue. Is it about the same thing? And she said, no, it's not the same effect, because this actually does a little bit more in scraping. I was able to go online, and actually everything was confirmed there. And just saying, you know, if you want a little extra something. I was also looking at places of where you can get them. They sell them at stores. Save a Yoga is where you can get a metal one like this. It's in East Grand Rapids again. And so something to check out. We're always trying new things.
I can hear my wife right now, probably running to that store.
To get it?
I need it.
It was about $10, just so you know. But I think the plastic one would be even less expensive than that.
Sure, yeah.
And, you know, we all want our breath to smell great.
Funny thing about the neti pot, by the way, I was out just getting gas. And there's a guy in the Pepsi truck. He goes, hey, Matt, 8 West. I wasn't a weather guy.
Which it usually is, right?
I know. It's like, hey, I saw you on 8 West and doing the neti pot. Not skydiving, not grass drags. I saw you do the neti pot. That made me chuckle. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, and that's great. You know, that is something that sticks in your head.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks a little awkward, but like you said, I've heard it's really effective. So
it is effective. I recommend it.
Well, you know, in this time of year, too, you know, we've got all the, you know, hay and grass, and you were actually recently in a place where it's in abundance.
Yes. I'm extremely allergic to hay, but, you know, you and I are city folk. We grew up in, you know, the city and so forth, and the Kirkwood family kind of had a unique opportunity this past weekend. My son, I don't know if you've ever heard of the DVDs Farm Country, where it has...
I haven't yet, no.
Well, you know, maybe Coco will get into it, but...
Maybe in a couple years.
Maybe in a couple years. But my son, the first time he saw it, he just fell in love with tractors, combines, you know, everything to do with a farm. I'm like, gosh, I can't think of anything to, you know, give him that experience. But then I thought a little harder, and we ended up going to the Farm 2 days this past weekend.
Really?
One to get our first pumpkins. Here's the pictures of that. We let the kids pick out their own pumpkin. This is Aiden.
That's fun.
Latching onto this pumpkin. He's like, you want to carve it right then and there. I was like, no, we can't do that yet. It's going to rot. And here's Logan. She picked out her perfect pumpkin. Now, we headed to the eastern side of the state, and my mom's cousin, my mom basically had family growing up on a farm,
Right.
and she said, let's go over there and give them
The real farm
a
experience.
little dream. Right there, they are in a combine.
Really?
Yes.
Those are huge.
Gigantic.
How cool.
Gigantic. They said it's one of their biggest pieces of equipment, and we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And
Enough to make you a little worried.
oh my
Maybe
goodness.
a little sweaty.
Well, we didn't drive it. We were up in the cab, though. That's us and my wife and also Logan at one time, and Aiden and myself at another time. It is cool. It is really a neat thing. And the farmers are tickled pink right now because, for instance, last year they didn't get done harvesting until right around Thanksgiving. This year, because the weather's been so perfect, they'll
Right.
get done before November. So
Are
this
you
is just
serious?
a phenomenal year for the farmers. And I thank my family for opening up the doors for all the hospitality. They got tractors and a semi or combine.
Amazing.
Daddy loved it. It was cool. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think it was something there probably for everyone in the family. What a great experience to give your son.
That memory will resonate forever for him, I'm sure.
And those pictures were fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
It looked like you had a great time.
It was perfect weather and it was a great time.
Yeah, it is still really nice, and actually with the weather that we're having now is maybe getting a little bit warmer, and so all these places, for Halloween, it's either hit or miss. It's usually warm, sometimes it's a little bit chilly, but it seems like we're, actually heading into something that would be pleasant for going out and doing the orchards and the trick-or-treating and things like that.
It looks like the weather pattern is going to change. The beautiful weather we had for October, that's behind us now, unfortunately.
All right.
Sorry, Rachel.
I'm always optimistic.